Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you are new to the channel or to the family. Thank you for joining us. We are happy to meet you and have you joining us today. Today is Tuesday as we are filming because we're getting ready to leave for our next show. So
Yes.
we're trying to have one day strictly for packing.
You'll be watching this Wednesday, but we're going over last week's show.
Yes, down at Holden Beach.
Yes, Holden Beach.
And
let
what
me
a
tell
show
you,
it was.
Yes, we rocked it out. Everybody who, if you're watching from Holden Beach, we loved meeting you. Thank you so
Wonderful
much
show.
for giving us a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We really, really had a great time meeting everybody, chatting with everybody, getting to know people, welcoming people into our book family, and it was a fantastic show. So we went down. We actually left Friday morning of last week to set up. The show was Saturday and Sunday, so setup was supposed to be Friday.
Supposed to be,
yeah. Supposed to, keyword, yeah, exactly. Because there is a huge bridge you go over to get to Holden Beach, the beach area where the show was. And as soon as I went over that bridge, I looked out over the water and went, oh boy, we got trouble. Because I have never seen the ocean that stormy, that churning, that it was angry. It was an angry sea. That's the only way I can describe it.
And so what an angry sea means is you got high winds.
Yes. And we stopped the car, got out to check in, and as soon as I opened the door, the wind about took the car door off, and I went, yeah, we got a problem. We're not setting up today.
It had to have been somewhere between 30-35 for the steady winds and 40-45 for the gusts, if not a little bit higher.
Yeah, it was strong out there. And so most everybody decided not to set up Friday whatsoever. We went ahead and took the tent out and opened it up, but kept it dropped down as low as we could, and anchored it down with our weights and bungee cords and all like that.
Still recovering from a back issue a couple weeks ago. It definitely helped just getting the biggest and the heaviest stuff out of the car and going ahead and getting it set up. So that way it wasn't, yes, you had to raise the tent and you had to actually put the tables up, but that wasn't any major part. The major part is getting that tent out of the car, getting it out of its case, and set up. That's the hardest part of doing a show at all, and then putting it back in, of course.
Yeah, everything else is actually a piece of cake, honestly. So we set the tent up and just kept it as low as possible, and then just literally threw the tables down underneath and just let them stack, and the chairs.
And we left them sit all night.
And we just left them sit because with the weight of those, they're heavy, so we knew they weren't going to go anyplace. So we were up at 4:30, 5 o'clock Saturday morning.
Oh yeah,
it was a long day.
It was an early morning.
Well, we were told that we had to have vehicles out of the area by 7 o'clock. So we left about
we still had
10
all the
after
stock
6 at the hotel to go take it. And when we got there was a line. You couldn't even get in because we were backed up. There were
so many people still had to get to their booths to get all their stock out to get it set up. Some didn't even set up their tents the day prior. They just decided with the high winds that they were waiting until the next day.
Exactly. So they didn't even know where they were, so they had to stop.
And there's really only one lady that runs the entire thing. I mean, there's some helpers, but she is in command of the entire show.
So things got backed up there, but they, in essence, gave us longer than 7 o'clock to get
they
cars
actually,
out of
the
there,
show
too.
started at 9, and they actually gave vendors until 8, but at 8, you had to have your car out. If you did not have your car, the security guards were coming over and asking if they could help. There was 2 women that were walking around, and they were asking if they could help anybody to get the rest of their stuff out of their car,
so they could get
them moved.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really sweet. Not often do you see people do that when they're coming around telling you got to get your stuff out of there. But they were really sweet.
They were.
All the security guards there were actually really nice.
Yeah, well, they had several police officers there, too, that were just amazing. They were really nice. And the Holden Police Department, if anybody's watching, my hat goes off to you guys.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. Yes, you are. So we got set up. We got started 9 o'clock. We were ready to go.
Yep.
And it was a hopping day. It really was.
I don't think I really sat down or then maybe the first half hour after the show opened. It took a little while, half hour to an hour after the show opened,
for people to start
walking through. And then like the last hour before closing, I was finally able to sit down, because it was one interaction after another with people.
It was a fantastic day though. We actually we topped our prior record.
Yes.
For our one-day sale for this year, so we were very, very happy with that.
One-day sales we topped, and just the amount of people that stopped by the booth, amount of people who interacted with us, not just, oh, well, I just want to stop here and look real quick and then go by, actual people who talked to us and wanted to hear the story about the books.
Get to know us, and that was really nice too.
I had some really great interactions with the people that we met.
Yeah, so did
some really great ones. I told my fiance, I said, you know what? It made me realize at the end of the day that not always is it about the sale. Sometimes it's just about reaching out and touching that person's life. And it was amazing. Some of the people I talked with. There was a couple
of them in particular. I'm not going to go into details for privacy issues, but there was a couple of them that I hope and pray we did touch just a little bit.
At least you touched our lives, so we hope that we touched yours. So if you're watching, you're in our hearts.
Yes.
We loved meeting you. You were amazing.
Definitely so. We had enough sales Saturday, though, that we actually placed an emergency call Saturday night back here at home to Mr. Brown and said, can you load us some more books and bring down to us? So
yeah, I think we had like four sets of the Vampires Among Us trilogy at the end of day 2, which we knew that was not going to get us through day 1. Sorry, at the end of day 1, and we knew that was not going to get us through day 2. Day 1, we ran out of 2 of the mug designs, I know. Yeah. And then day 2, we ran out of another 1 or 2.
Yeah, there was 3 by the end of the day, or the end of the show, that we were completely wiped out of. I had even sold the display mug, so we were completely out.
But come to find out, one of the ladies who bought the majority of the mugs from us, and hello to you if you're watching, apparently one of the schools down there in the Holden area, their symbol is a dragon, and so she went ahead and stocked up on Christmas gifts for all the teachers, and I absolutely loved it. I bagged her a full bag of mugs day 1, and then she loved them so much that she came back day 2 and bought the rest of the mugs for the rest of her teacher friends.
Yep. So that was nice. That was very nice.
That was amazing.
So we sold a ton of mugs. We sold a ton of books, and we love it. Don't get us wrong, but we got back here Sunday night. And we have to leave Thursday morning.
And we went
for another show.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we went, whoa, here we go. So we are in the process of trying to get mugs remade. And on top of that, I don't have enough. I've placed an emergency order in the middle of the show, literally. Yeah. I pulled myself out of the show and went and placed an emergency order for some more mugs. We're hoping to get those in
tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow, right before we leave, we'll knock some out. If not, then Mr. Brown will have to do them and bring them down to us. So books I'm good on. We've got plenty of books.
Books we're good through this show.
On that. Yeah.
This show. After this show, we're going to have to order some more books. We've got enough of the Vampires Among Us to get us through for a little while. The one that we realized we were running low on was Fire and Ice. That one has actually sold quite a bit. Yeah. A lot of the people who had bought Sapphire when it came out have placed their order for Fire and Ice, and that's caused us to run a little bit lower than what we originally counted.
Yeah, I'm placing an order today for that, though, so I'll have that taken care of. So, now, as far as a writing update.
What writing update?
Non-existent, just non-existent.
Nothing will be displayed on the screen here. Other than maybe a big question mark.
We really have not made any progress at all. We have just been hopping with these shows, and I know through next week, because this next show starts Thursday afternoon. It is a huge, huge show. 2 years ago, they had 12,000 people walk through the door, so woo! I know it is going to be a massive, massive show. So that show is Thursday afternoon and evening, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. So we will not be getting back here until late Sunday evening.
And of course, the Hubs is deciding to come in either late Sunday night or early Monday morning. I'm like, really? Could you give me one more day? One more day so I can clean the house. Thankfully, he doesn't care. He's I don't care. I know you're working. You know I don't pay attention to that stuff. That's all you. He's wonderful. He really is.
He really is. So we did get a little bit of story plotting done Friday night.
Because the
After
next
we got to
scene,
the hotel room.
The next scene we have in Ivromantis, we both kind of hit a roadblock because we had gotten right up to it when we had to stop and go back and work on Fire and Ice. Because if you're originally from the beginning of this channel, you will know that we worked on Ivromantis because Ivromantis actually picks up at the very ending of book 1, Sci-FiFantasy. So we went ahead and did that, went straight into that instead of going to book 2 like we should have done. And we got to this one point where we're like, okay, we'll deal with this later. It's now time. We really have to work on Fire and Ice to get it out on time. And we did. But then when we went to pick up, we were like, what were we planning with this?
Yeah, we literally, I took a few evenings and just sat down and read what we had out loud so that I could catch both of us up on everything, and we could move from there. We are very close to being finished. It's literally one scene that we've got to finish up on. So, probably about another 5,000 words or so, and I'll have that book wrapped up.
So even though the trip to Holden was supposed to be both for the show and then a bit of a writing treat, yes, we did not get very much writing done, but we did flush that scene out. We know where we wanted to go.
We've jotted down some really good notes. I actually did add a few words. I kind of played with that scene a little bit, and then I just jotted down a bunch of notes of where we want to take it from there, so that the writing block is over with, hopefully, and we can just finish.
Well, we're looking at the trip to Greenville, being that it's going to be 4 nights that we're away. We're still going to take that, 3 nights.
3 nights will be away. Yeah.
We'll be away for 3 nights. We're still kind of hoping to label that as a writing retreat, even if we do not get a lot of word count done. We're hoping to get the rest of that scene finished, flushed out, know where we're ending, and possibly go ahead and get things ready to line up with the beginning of book 4, which will be Remethist.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times we take the car rides to and from the shows to bounce ideas back and forth on the books, and then she always keeps a notebook with her and just jots down notes while I'm driving.
Never leave home without a notebook, and never leave home without a book.
Yes.
You need one for reading and entertaining, and you need the other one for jotting down important notes.
So quite often we use that for just, if you're sitting there in the car doing nothing, you might as well be productive and start working on some story scenes and things like that. So that's where we stand. Everything is pretty much the same as last week. We didn't add enough word count for me to really change anything. And this week, with the huge show ahead of us, I doubt we're not, I don't plan on us getting a whole lot of writing done until next week. After we get back and we get recuperated, then I'm hoping we can, but that may be towards the end of next week before we can really delve into it. Thank goodness, after this weekend, I have a weekend off before our next show. So we need the break. So
an update on the shows, we have 3 more shows coming up. The first of which is Greenville, which is coming up this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we're off for a week. And then our second show is back in Mebane. We're very excited to be back there.
Winter Wonderland Crafts and Gifts, I believe it's called.
So.
Yes, it's at the community center.
And then we wrap up the season with our biggest show yet at the NC State Fairgrounds in the Jim Graham building, where we will be at for the Christmas Carousel Gift Exchange.
Yes.
Which is another 4 days, 3 or 4 days, I think.
That one's a 3-day show,
3 days,
but that's another huge one. It'll be just as big as Greenville,
yep,
if not
that
bigger,
one will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you are in any of those areas or know anyone in those areas, tell them to come stop by, say hi, get a hug, take a picture, or just get a nice experience learning about where the writing comes from.
Getting to know us. We'd love to get to know you. So that wraps our video up for today. We hope everybody is having a great day.
Be sure to check back on Friday. We will be coming to you live from the show. We're going to do a walk around the entire Coliseum. Or hopefully the entire Coliseum. That's a big building, so I don't know if I can do the whole thing.
Do quite a bit of it.
And then
we've got some good vendors in there. The Margarita Man is in there.
There's a Margarita Man. There's like 2 wineries. There's a fudge lady. 2 other people selling homemade chocolates. A couple of homemade candies.
Yeah, there's
wine gummies.
Yeah, adult gummies that is somehow wine infused. I guarantee you I'll be checking those out. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm so looking forward to some of these vendors.
Yes, so it ought to be a fantastic show. We are going in with
Guns blazing.
Guns blazing. If anybody is in the Greenville area, we are in the very, very, very back. They actually, there's 2 rooms in the very, very back. They've put opened it up for vendors, and we are in one of those extra 2 rooms. So be sure to stop and say hi, because that's where the party's going to be, folks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
come join us for the party. So until Friday, remember that we are authors and we rely on you to get our books out there. Do check out our website. All links for our products are listed below, and we will be coming to you again Friday. Until then,
Have a great day.